evening routine always starts off the same way. After ending off work for the day, no matter what time that might be, I take the time to make myself dinner. Sometimes that's as simple as warming up some leftovers, but tonight it was a little more involved. I put some hamburger patties on the stove to cook, and then cut up some organic broccoli to throw on as well. This broccoli is pre-washed and pre-chopped, but what I'm actually doing here is cutting off the bits that had gone a little bit off. The bag just wasn't as fresh as I anticipated, but I've only been out of college for 1 year now, so I still have that, it'll be fine mentality when it comes to food. While I'm cooking, I usually have something playing on my iPad just to kind of be background noise, if that makes sense. So here I was rewatching New Girl. Once the broccoli was really going, all I had to do was flip the burgers and then chop up some garlic to go in with the broccoli. And then I added a dash of soy sauce at the end to give it a little bit more flavor. I also cut up an avocado to go on top of the burger. I really recommend this, it is delicious. And this way you don't feel like you're missing out on anything if you don't have a hamburger bun. This ended up being a huge plate of food, and I ate it all. I'm very impressed with myself. Next, I made sure that all of my vitamins for the next week were laid out in their individual bags. I only have to do this every week, but it just happened to fall on this night. After dinner, my husband and I decided to go on a walk. During the colder months, we used to go for a walk just about every day, and it was really lovely. We'd go for anywhere from 20 minutes to over an hour, and it was such a great way to get out of the house and have a real opportunity to just talk and connect with each other. It's been really hot recently though, so we haven't been going on any walks for months. We recently started up the habit again though, and it's definitely been an improvement. On our walking route, we also passed by the glass recycling center, so we'd made sure to bring our glass bottles so that those could be recycled properly. Today's walk was about 30 minutes long, and we managed to see a lot of really happy dogs, so I consider it a win. Once we got home, I turned on the kettle for tea and made myself a steaming cup with some peppermint leaves from my little garden on our balcony. I love tea, but I have realized that I cannot have caffeinated tea before I go to bed, or I simply won't sleep. So when I have tea at night, I have to make sure it is uncaffeinated. Both my phone and watch are set to kind of turn themselves off at about 9:30 so that I know to get ready for bed starting at 10, but that doesn't always go according to plan. To prepare for bed, I always do a couple things. I turn down the temperature in our bedroom, and I make sure to close the blinds of our bedroom window. And of course, I also take the time to change from my day clothes into more stretchy, comfortable pajamas. Then it's time for my nighttime bathroom routine. I put my hair in a bun to keep it out of my face, and then I take the time to floss. After which, of course, I brush. And then it's time for face. First is the makeup remover. And then I rinse that a bit, but I don't do it too thoroughly because right afterwards I do a cleanser. After that, I do a quick swipe with some toner. Tonight I felt like going a little more in depth with my evening skincare, so I also did a couple extra steps. I have pretty pretty dry skin, so I like to use a facial oil at night and in winter several times a day to make sure that I'm really moisturizing enough. And this is kind of cheesy, but I really like to end my skincare routine with smiling at myself in the mirror. It's just a little habit to remind myself that the most important thing is that I'm taking care of myself, that I feel good, and that I'm healthy, and not that I look different when I'm not wearing makeup. I was pretty tired at this point, and bed was looking really inviting, but first I had to check to make sure that I had laid out my gym clothes for the next morning. I leave a full gym outfit right next to the bed, so all I have to do in the morning is grab it and head to the other room to change. I talk about this a little in my morning routine video, so I will link that if you guys haven't seen it yet. Next, I set my Apple Watch onto charge, and while I'm at it, I plug in my iPad too. I also plug in my phone, but because I was recording all this on my phone, I couldn't tape that. Then it's time for vitamins, and then I was able to kind of install myself in bed and work on some other projects. In this case, editing. All the videos that you can see on my channel were created just like this. It's not glamorous, but it seems to work. All I'm doing here is importing all the individual bits that I've filmed into this one project so that everything is right there in chronological order for me. Next, I spend a little bit of time working on the study that I do through my church, and then I did just a couple minutes of reading. I've made a really conscious effort to switch to reading off paper in the evenings before I go to sleep. I think it helps me unwind more at the end of the day, especially since I spend my entire day looking at screens and don't want to really spend my entire night doing so as well. Okay, it's definitely past my bedtime now. Yep, it's 11:30. I put my Apple Watch back on and make sure my alarm is set for 6:15. All right. Good night, guys. I'll see you in the next one.